folks, so the Scalextric Mustang. I've had this on my desk for a while now. I think they did get the essence of the car correct. Something else that is important, they did get the dimensions of the car correct. If you go online, which I did, get the dimensions of the car in scale, the car should be about 53.5 millimeters wide. I measured it. I have calipers. You measure a car at the A pillar. You measure a car right there. Car is measured at the A pillar, not taking into account the mirrors on the car. According to the dimensions online, this is actually slightly narrower than it should be. Not much, by about a millimeter, so that's good enough for me. I believe the DISCA rules would allow this car as a scale model, I believe. I believe there's a plus or minus. I think it's 2.5 millimeters. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. This is a prototype of the car. The one serious concern that I have, and I brought this up with Simon, is that Simon is the product manager for, head of brand for Scalextric for Hornby. This car right here, let's see if I can get this in focus. I believe this is in focus now. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Sony. Right there, there is essentially no gap between the overall outside dimension of the tire and the space that it allows. You can see there's maybe, what do we call that? A millimeter, a millimeter and a half. I don't think it's 2 millimeters between the top of the gear, the sidewinder gear, and the outside dimension of the tire. So before long, this car is going to be dragging on the track. If you're a digital fan, obviously we have the DPR door there. It does have lights, as you can see there. The torque thrust wheels do look good for a 64 Mustang, which I believe is what they're modeling here, because this is one of the first liveries is going to be the Alan Mann car, which of course is a right-hand drive car. This is obviously a left-hand drive car. I'm going to take this guy apart here again, so the folks out there can get all the screen grabs that they like to take and use on the forums. Enjoy, guys. So now we get to the big issue here, as far as hobbyists are concerned, is the vertical mount of the motor. This motor is pretty high up in the air, as you can see. It's on its side. They have done this because future considerations for models of the car. So they need to have, basically, the interior needs to be a reasonably full interior, like you see here. I don't know. I mean, this is meant to be a toy. Scalextric cars are not meant for basically the hobby market. They don't court the hobby market. They don't market to hobbyists. They do market to collectors. They market in their own home market to people that are, fond of their brand. But in England, racers are not racing Scalextric cars. They're not modifying them. We do here in the U.S., and it's a hard argument to make that this is a hobby brand of race car. The price on this puts it at the hobby brand of race car level. Now, unfortunately, I think the Scalextric price has gotten to a point where, you really have the discussion, you really have the thinking process. Is this a car really that you want? The car is now, I guess they're over 50 pounds in the UK. That's kind of like the breaking point price. I heard from a lot of other slot brothers when I was in England that they feel that the price is far too high now, and that that it's just this last price increase, the incremental price increase that they've done, has it's past that point. It's for you to decide if this car, at this price, whatever the price is, $65, I believe, if this car is for you. We have another couple months before this car comes out, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more prototypes or more finished samples of the car. Hopefully, when the car is a little closer to being done, we'll see some more samples of the car, and folks can make up their own mind on how Scalextric have done on the execution of the car. My main concern is not the dimensions of the car. My main concern is not going to be the finish on the car, although obviously that's still to be determined. The details on the car look reasonable to my eye. I'm not really all that bothered about the motor on end, because let's face it, this is not a car that that you would be necessarily racing. Yes, maybe you would have this in the Trans Am class with the other Scalextric cars, but I don't know. I can't really do that kind of testing. Not really racing with a club now. My big concern is a practical one, is that the outside dimension of the tire is not large enough, and that gear is going to hit the track, and that's going to make all kinds of problems for them when they release this car, if it's released as it is. Hopefully it won't be. Thanks very much to Scalextric for giving me the sample during the during the UK Slotfest a few months ago, and let me know what you think in the comments below. See you all again soon.